It seems like it's been forever and a day since I've done something like this. Not really Da Vinci style. To not do such a hobby. It's been a while since I spent more than about 7 or 8 hours looking for the pointy rocks. The shards of pottery. Is it soft? Is it dry? Is it good? Is it fresh? Let's uh, let's hope I make some major discoveries. I got the cologne on to build the memories. I got the new t-shirt on that I probably wore about 3 times in the past 6 years, 7 years. Been a while since I've been out looking around. It hasn't rained that much. I can see the evidence right now. Wonder what's going to be out here if I choose to go to like 2 different places close by to look for them things. I need to pad the collection. It has not been a good year when it comes to the hobby. Hasn't been a good year at all. I mean, we've found many great things, you know. We have. But it seems like it's not enough. Maybe it was something that I said. I might have to take something back once I find that first one, if I ever find one. It's going to be a shame if I go 9 hours until dark. Well, it's not even, you know, hold on. How many hours do I have? It's 11 o'clock in the morning. I have about, let's say 9 hours, you know. 9 hours to look. If I look around for 9 hours and find a couple of brokes and a handful of fakers, well, that's not going to be good. Yeah, I kind of steered my focus towards something else, you know, just getting out on a kayak, that kind of thing. Exploring through the woods of time, finding new places to clean. And I've been cleaning a lot too. I think, to be honest with you, yeah, let's be honest with this. I have collected more garbage bags than I have artifacts so far this year. So that should tell you about what kind of year it's been. Why couldn't those bags be full of artifacts, you know? But I think that would be a bit too much. Let's not be greedy when it comes to this hobby of looking for the ancient pieces. Let's accept what we find and accept if we don't find anything at all. I see what? Any Daltons out here that haven't been collected already in the past month? Ooh, look at that. Yeah, but there's footsteps out here. They look like a size 13 boot, which means they had to come out looking. You can always tell. I mean, if you have this hobby, you can always tell when people have come out looking or not. I mean, those are not like sneakers. Somebody's trying to keep themselves dry. That's a professional boot print. About a size 12, size 13. So they came out here looking, and look at the angle of the step. That's the left foot, and that's the right. So if you study the stride, you can tell they jumped right in, expecting to find something, expecting to look. Thought I saw something. Probably a busted tennis ball. See, but if they had the curiosities of us, they would have turned around and noticed this. That it would have looked like a piece of chert or something. Maybe a piece of the pot, like that gray soil pottery. but they never touched it. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they didn't come out looking. Maybe they're like the typical professionals that they're only looking for the perfect things that they can sell and not keep and hang on to the history. They're looking for the Daltons to sell online for, you know, $11 and give it away to somebody else. Yeah, let me go ahead and move away from this one. You gotta look in the black. The parts that have been creek stained. All this stuff right here is rounded off, but there were a couple of times in this one creek in the past couple of years that I found, I don't know, I think they had to be like a Dalton or something like that. But they were the same exact color of what you're looking at. They were black chirp, but they were coated in that silt stuff. Just like what you're looking at here. So you really got to pay attention in places like this. I mean, look at that weird looking bit right there, that piece. Thought I saw something. It's over here. Yeah, let's take a look at this real quick. Now, if they came out looking, they would have definitely picked this thing up, thinking it could have been a base or something. Maybe it wasn't. But it was practically glued to that spot until I kicked at it. And you can see, or it's like been sitting on that spot for, I don't know, let's just say like a week. It's rained pretty dang good for like the past week. I don't know if it was good enough to get the waters high, I can't tell. I don't see any flowage out here. Let's hope they can just pick them things up and put them in the pocket. Yeah, somebody's already been out here looking. I can tell. Because I'm a different kind of scientist, a visual scientist, when I do this hobby. You can tell someone came out here looking. There's evidence number one right there. Rocks have been moved. So that big rock has been moved out of that spot right there, creating that void, and it still has the dirt, the fresh sand still on the bottom of it. From where it sat for so long. And same thing here. Right there. And then this right here is a telltale story. A sign that someone came out, and I think I see some soapstone that someone missed. Hold on. It's to my right. Boy, do I ever have good eyes. That's got to be a piece of soapstone to my right. Hold on. I'm letting you see what I see. Right here. This tells me that someone stepped on this with a heavy weight and then broke this thing off. This is fresh. Look, it's still like rubbing off. That's part of the puzzle about the history I hear. How did it go though? There we go. So they stepped on that and the impact right here. But I think I see something. Right there. That thing looks like it might be a shard of soapstone right there. You see those lines and it gets that shimmering gleam. That gleam to it. Is it soft? Is it slippery? You see those striations? It is one. Check that thing out. You talk about moving something that hasn't been moved in so long. We just found another sort of a soapstone disc right here. Look at that thing. How did I ever know? Look how it looks like everything else out here though. It's coming from somewhere. And I have no clue where it's coming from. This is like the second or third excuse my sinuses, soapstone shard that I found out here. Yeah, it's slippery. You can leave a mark on it. Look at that. With your thumbnail. Man, What are they doing to me out here? I just got finished talking about finding a Dalton that was the size of my thumbnail, and now I'm talking about making a scratch with my thumbnail. That thing's 3,000 to 7,000 years old right here. Possibly. How do I know this stuff so well, though? I don't understand. I'm a city guy. I just love archaeology, though. But I wasn't trained in it. I just go off instinct. And I notice what things are by just looking at them. That thing was probably broken off, though. Look at that. Right here is probably broken off. You can see the transition of the art from one side to the other. Nature versus the mark of man. Another one. Now they got me looking for the soapstone. I think I see. No, that's not one. I thought I saw like a point. You know, you see that white at that angle. It could have been something, but it's nothing. They got me looking for that 6,000-year-old soapstone shard out here. More. But it's coming from somewhere. I bet the heavier piece is going to be in the landscape. I see some white. Oh, it's nothing. But there's a white piece over here I need to take a deeper look at. It's sticking up. Oh, here's another one. Oh, look, it's sitting right on top. It's a busted one. Look at the size that this thing would have been. I just stepped all over this thing. No, I'm not taking the broken pieces anymore. That would have been a nice one, guys. Look at that. Well, even when we find the busted ones, it's still a beginning of a good day. Yeah, but where's that white thing at? Right here. Man, let's hope that's going to be one. You know, if it's busted, I'm not going to take it. I'm not. I'm not going to take this one either. This is just a great sign, though. But that's the thing, though. I mean, if it was sitting right on top, that tells me that someone else probably picked it up and they just left it because it was busted. But let's take a look at this one. It's stuck down in there. Well, is it a busted thumb scraper or what? Yeah, we're collecting this. It's blunted at the end. A beautiful white quartz one. Yeah, that looks like it's a busted one that's used as a scraper. Maybe it could just be one of them scrapers. Yeah, they fashioned that thing into a scraper. Look at the napping on the end of it. We'll collect that one. Alright, soapstone shard. And 2 pieces of evidence within the first 30 minutes of being here. Let me lay this one down right here. Well, actually, you know what? Let me toss it back in the woods. Yeah, and keep the scraping device, the quartz one with the striations in it. That was a nice one. What kind of day are we headed for today? Well, this is weird. I just found a piece of the pot. A piece of pottery. But you'll never guess where I found it. This spot was cleared out by an animal, most likely, digging for food. And this thing was upside down right here. Just like that. And I noticed that it had a curve on it. And I flipped it over. And it gave us this. We would never have found this if it wasn't for nature. Digging their hole. Looking for food. That's scary, though. Think about that. Nature digging a hole to look for food. But back a long time ago, the food was always where? In the dish. What the heck is going on out here? Well, it's a preform, dang it. A preformed Dalton, I think. No, I'm not going to take it. They're still making it. Gotta gotta stop taking the things that are pre-made, pre-form. I think they were probably making it. It's beveled. I think they were in the middle of making it until they broke off that left side right here. Man, I thought that was an intact piece too at that angle. Thanks, guys. Keep going with it. It's going to be very small by the time you actually get it done. I'll come back 4,000 years from now and find it. Got the world's most unfair gravel bar to my right. That thing has had absolutely nothing in it for 3 years. And it's probably, to be honest with you, it's probably one of the top 3 best ones out here. And about 1.5 miles worth of creek. No, I haven't covered that much distance in this creek. There's only so far you can go before you hit roads, highways, whatever. But it is the most unfair gravel bar you could ever come across out here if you have this hobby. Look at the preform. We just found one. Another one they've been knocking on. It's that sugar quartz stuff, that bubble wrap quartz. Come on, guys, you gotta give me at least 3 or 4 out here in this one zone for the first time ever. But, you know, to be honest with you, you don't have to give me anything. It'd be nice to find something, though. Don't know where the soapstone is coming from. Maybe that's just rubbed down. I don't know. Looks like something's been working on it, though. I see a piece of chert right there, I think. You see that glistening black. But check this thing out. I know what this is. This is like more proof that they're still making things out here when it comes to their historical things. I mean, look at this. It looks like a broken chopping tool, doesn't it? But it's that highway rock. Those huge granite boulders that they use underneath the bridges and around highways and roads and stuff for drainage. That's exactly what that is. But nature decided to smash into a hand tool. Maybe, maybe not. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Maybe it's not a piece of chert. Oh, it is. Let me drop the bottle. I don't have the gallon. I'm not going to take it. It's just evidence. First piece of some kind of historical evidence in this one gravel bar in more than a year. What a waste of time. Impossible. What do I get myself into? They had moved it. All this stuff right here was over there on that side, on the right hand side. What the heck was that thing over there? Oh, it's probably a giant turtle. Man. Guys, what you think? I kind of knew something was going to be like this. Man. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and keep this thing right here just because. Because I'm a believer that the ancient peoples, their memory The memory of their life and the way they used to make things was captured by the laws of nature, the memory of the land, in a way to help them keep living and keep making, keep building stuff. I mean, if that was made by nature, why did they make the bottom like that though? You're probably going to say because man made it. That's a piece of granite and mankind made it, not nature. So you have an artifact. Bingo. It's either or. In other words, we make out with something legit that either one or the other side's made to make it legit, the real deal. You know how these bins are on the side. They're usually easy to climb in or they're just a drop off. We're about to find out. Alright, it's not that bad. You just have to go to try and just get the buckhead, get around my ancient bud out here looking for some dang sharp rocks. Let's hope they're still sharp. Man, why didn't I follow the deer trail all the way, you know? They make it easy on us. Talk about going around, man. I thought I saw something. Look, we're the first human steps out here. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Well, our first bit of gold for today. That's a great sign right there. Symbolism. They placed it there. Nature did. They flooded the waters, got it there, covered it up. And the first human out here in God knows how long finds it. Please tell me you got some ancient pieces in here, guys. It's been a year since I've been up here. It's not easily accessible. Not many people can make it this far if they chose to have this hobby. It would be nice to find some major ones though, and not snapped ones, not broken pieces, not game pieces either. I know the game pieces are used for something else, for us to believe, for us to know. I'm definitely due for about 10 in one single day. Let's go ahead and say it. Let's go ahead and say it right here. Look at that. Guys, what is it about this creek? I know it's just a baseball. Let me go ahead and pick it up and say something forward. Like what has been going on the entire season. Let's say inner prayer. Hey, the sun came out for the first time in 11 and a half minutes. This is the same creek where I found that red carpet stuff that I just threw it out and I said I think it's time. Right before the Braves World Series. I think it was like late September. Maybe it was the year before that when I said that. When I just rolled out the red carpet. Like they had after the World Series when they were walking down Truist Park on the red carpet. I said, I think it's time. And stuff like this has been out here ever since. Let's hope the Braves will be tearing the cover off the ball for the rest of the season so they can make it back to the World Series and make it back to the red carpet, to roll out the red carpet. Let's let that happen for the rest of the season. Tear the cover off the ball. Da Vinci style. I don't think I'll ever find those red carpets again. I'll throw them up on the bank to try to see if I can come back later and get them, but I think I came out here last fall or something like that, 2022, and found them further down the creek. So maybe the waters got high or something like that. And put them back in. They put that thing back in and took out the artifacts. Man, there should be 9 out here. Maybe not. Maybe somebody else already beat us to them. We got some breakage due to footsteps. Human forces. Dang it. It takes a lot to break a rock. Yeah, someone had to have come out and found them all. They had to have. Is that another piece of soapstone right there? It looks like it's glistening. Right in the center. Hold on. I think I found a large busted one right here. It blends in with everything else. I just picked it up and it had that shape to it. I'm not going to keep it though. It's probably just busted. Could be another preform. Look how rubbed down that thing is. Yeah, that's a blade that's been busted up. Look at that. What a shame. Someone comes out to find the intact ones. We get the busted ones to leave out. Yeah, let's take a look at this thing right here though. If I don't move on real quick, I'm not going to find anything else at other spots that I could have promised. That soapstone, I can tell it's real soapy right here. No, it's a rock. It's a quartz rock. Look at that. Okay. Man, did they ever wash this place out? Wonder how long ago they washed it out. Wonder if it's worth standing right here in the knee-high waters. You never know until you go. Cute. Don't mind me, little guy. I'm just looking for the pointy rocks with the serrations and napping on them. What the heck is this thing? Whatever it is, it's not an artifact, but it's neon green. It looks like a toy. Oh, let's add it to the pocket. Look at that. It is a toy. Why would I keep something like this though? Let me think about something. I'm sick of collecting things that are just useless in my collection. They just sit in a box waiting for me to take it out someplace and bury it. So why not just throw it deeper out in the woods where it's not going to be washed out? Where it can withstand the test of time. And hopefully somebody else will come by to find it 10,000 years from now. And they would find something that is cool. Not a dang thing. Better luck than this gravel bar. Man, sorry about that one. Jeez. Check out this beautiful heaven. I've never made it this far before, up the creek. I'm not going to say new hunting grounds. It's just like anytime I make it past a certain threshold, they always give us something good. So I got to keep a lookout. It's like dangling a carrot in front of us when it comes to this hobby. You got to go so far to find it, whatever it is. I'll see something, but I don't know if it's just a busted rock way under this thing. Probably a busted rock. What a game, Gus. Dang it. I thought that was one. Man. Who knows what's going to be out in this part? All I know is it's hard to get to. Impossible for us to see in here. I mean, you got the thick stuff on it. I gotta be careful though, I didn't intend to go this far. I really didn't. And I forgot to put the suntan lotion on top of the head. I'll be honest with you though. I think they're trying to tell me there's nothing up here. They're probably just telling me to leave. Their way of doing things out here. You just have to run into the signs to see them. Like this one here. This is like the third rock that looks like a finger pointer rock that I ran across in the past 20 minutes out here on this side of things. And they've been pointing me in the same direction. Let's not touch it. You'll distort the finger pointer. It'll end up being a larger rock and it won't look like a finger pointer then. I bet they're just trying to tell me it's time to turn around. There's nothing else to see out here. Right on the edge. If that's not deep and scary, then I don't know what is. Man. That thing is definitely up to the forehead. And what the heck do I get myself into in heaven? Oh. Man, you guys crazy. Really though. I'm getting too old for this. Well, it was worth the look, it was worth the try, worth the adventure. Looks like that's all I'm gonna get out of this is the adventure. Nothing more, nothing less. Man, am I ever missing a lot in other spots?